Okay, so we go A side here. So first of all, I can show you a different couple of setups. So the first thing I'm gonna show you is some one-way cage. Oh wait, actually, so you're gonna have to do is crouch jump. Oh come on. What? Oh wait. Okay, that was completely
Cage
calculated.
triggered.
Okay. Yeah. So you're gonna have to place your camera like this, so you can see the enemies sneak in, but they can't actually see your camera. I think I can show you right now. Yeah, you see? They can't actually see your camera unless they come forward and look at it. So yeah, it's kinda it. So that's regarding the camera. So I can actually show you 4 types of one-way cages. So first thing you want to aim is right here. Make sure to use the UI between the Cypher cage and spy camera to place it just like this and press Q. And for the second cage, it's going to go somewhere around like here. So use the same UI, place your UI like this and press Q. So yeah. And for the remaining 2, it's going to go somewhere around here on this side. So you're gonna have to hug the corner like this. So what you're gonna do is just blatantly aim at the third window on this whole building that's flooding. So press Q. Turn on the cage. And for the last one way, you're gonna have to aim right here with the UI, same UI. So just, like get somewhere around here. Turn on the cage. So yeah, so these are the 4 one ways. So you're gonna have to stand right here for this gate, and you're gonna have to stand right here for this gate, and you're gonna have to stand right here for this gauge, and similarly likewise for this gauge you're gonna have to stand right here. So yeah, that's all for the gauge. And for the trapwire, you can actually use one for covering the flank, and like the usual thing, kind of like this, peaceful and good. But I can provide you a much sneakier one, just like this. Wait a minute. Yes, however, that's actually a downside using this Cypher what's trapwire. So yeah, I kind of like keep on forgetting its name. So that's kind of actually like one downside of using this trapwire. So if that's actually an enemy Raze or Sky, they both actually have scouts, right? So Raze's boombot or dog comes in, it actually gets trapped by this. So I wouldn't recommend using this like trapwire on this one. So kind of like messes up. So you can actually use if there aren't any Sky or Raze, but this is much preferable. But the other thing is you can actually use kind of like something like this, the X something like this, but the chances of it working is much lower than something like this. So yeah, just stick to it. So two trapwires, 2 cages. So yeah, so what you want to do is just crouch right down here, wait for the enemies to come in. You see this cage, right? Trigger it. Take a wide swing, but not too wide so as to not expose yourself. So you're gonna use this area to mask yourself against this area. So it's going to be looking something like this. Wait. You see the enemies come in. Trigger the cage. Use this to mask this side. That's it. They're gonna be dead. And also ask one of your friends to stand right here to like
it's triggered.
See this side, look after this side so that enemies don't sneak by in this side. So let's just take a look from the enemy's perspective. you're gonna be standing right there, and one of your friends over right there. So let's just see how it goes. You see, he or she actually can't see you. They can't actually see you standing right there or your friends right there. Oops. Okay, so you kind of get the idea. And the next thing is you're gonna wanna have to stand right behind this generator. So ask one of your friends to stand right there. So it's like basically swapping places. Stand right here. Wait for the enemies to come in. Trigger the cage. Right swing. And ask your friend to like look after this side.
Cage trigger.
So like, you know, this side. Let's just take a look from the enemy's perspective. So you're gonna be standing right there, and one of your friends right there, hiding. You see the enemies come in, and you trigger the cage.
Trigger.
They can't actually see you, even if they crouch. So the only thing is your friend doesn't have to like let anyone inside this thing.
Cage trigger.
So yeah, that's kind of the thing about like playing from the downside. So now you're gonna elevate and play from heaven. So the only thing that can change is the camera position. Your camera is going to go somewhere around here. Okay, so you're just gonna park here and ask one of your friends to stand right here or anywhere, pretty much this right side of the site. So yeah,
here.
You see the enemies come in.
Cage trigger.
Cage. Ask one of your friends to stand right there and take care of this corner.
Cage trigger.
So yeah, let's just take a look from the enemy's perspective. So you're gonna be standing right there, your friends right here or here. So
cage trigger.
The enemies come in, they can't actually see you unless they crouch. But even if they crouch, you're gonna land a headshot on them. So either way, it's actually a very nice thing to have. So
cage trigger.
Yeah, it's kind of like pretty much it. Same from the right side now this time. So ask again, like it's actually very teamwork dependent. So ask one of your friends right there. Scan for the enemies to come.
Cage trigger.
Trigger the cage. Yeah. So pretty much like this. Now the enemy comes in. You trigger the cage. They can't actually see you unless they crouch. So yeah. But come on, let's just be real. Who the hell is going to be crouching right here? So yeah, it's kind of like works still though.
Trigger.
So yeah, that's regarding the first setup. Now for the second setup, I can actually show you something very cool.
Cage trigger.
Okay, for the second setup, you're going to have a trapwire right here, a second trapwire right here, and the camera, you're gonna have to crouch jump right here, place out your camera, just place it right there. It's actually a retake camera in case you didn't know. So yeah, you're gonna have to just stand right here. While before standing, you're just gonna have to like place a crosshair extremely center, so it doesn't have any loose ends on both sides. So you kind of like get the trick. Wait. So place one cage right there. Let the enemies come in. Right before he or she hits the trap, you're gonna have to trigger the cage. So yeah, you kind of see what it does. So let's just say he or she destroys this trapwire. So what you're gonna have to do is let them walk right here, and just when they hit like parallel line to this generator, you ping them. You actually trigger the cage. So yeah, it's kind of one thing. So and also you could actually swap places between here and here, but I do not advise standing right here, since you could actually get wall banged. So I don't generally recommend standing right here. So the strongest position is obviously right here. So let's just say people don't actually come by this, so they actually are gonna get override this. That's why the trapwire is there. You just wait for them to get caught. So wait. you just wait for them to get caught,
Cage
trigger the
trigger.
cage, spray them down. If you actually don't really know where the enemy is, just ping them with your camera, and you know, like,
Cage
it
trigger.
should be easy. So yeah, it's kind of actually like very sneaky setup, very, you know, like an extremely lurking setup, but still, like, Cypher is meant to be played that way, so yeah, it kind of works. And for the third setup, it's actually kind of like very easy setup too. You're gonna have to place one of your trapwires right there, and your second trapwire right here. And I'll make sure that your trapwire lands right here, not on the top, not on the front, or anywhere in between, so the enemies can't actually like see this. So what you're gonna do is just stand right here, place one of your cages right there. Oh, so yeah, crouch up here, place your camera right there. You're gonna have to stand right here. So what's the strategy is, you're gonna let enemies come inside. Right when they are about to hit this trapwire, you trigger the
Cage
cage.
trigger.
So you kind of see how it works, right? Let's just say he or she destroys this trapwire. So what you're going to do is just ping them with your camera right when they are here, somewhere around here, so they have nowhere to hide between the glasses, or you know, like, it's too far to run behind this. So you're just gonna have to ping them right here, ping them up on the camera, spray them down. So let's just say you successfully kill one person here. What next? There are gonna be a bunch of people right in the site, right? So you just wait for someone to get caught here. Use your second cage,
Cage trigger.
spray them down. Or you can actually do another thing. So you just take a quick peek on your camera, look who's where, use second cage
Cage
to, you know,
trigger.
like,
Cage trigger.
reposition yourself, something like you're gonna have to improvise. So it's kind of like an extremely precision based setup, but still it works. So yeah, that's kind of it for A site. Now for the B site, you're gonna have to place your camera right here somewhere, so you kind of like see this area, and you're gonna have to hug this wall right here, and you're just gonna aim just at the tip of this rock, press Q, and it's going to be one way. And regarding the cage, you can actually use your cage like this, or you know, like go another cage like somewhere around like this, so you get the idea. So or even if you refuse to use either of these, you can actually use one right here, another right here, so you get the idea of, you know, like, what to do. So the strategy is, you're going to be standing right here. Just when these guys are about to hit the strap wires,
Trigger.
cage, swing out. So yeah, it's kind of like a very basic setup, but still much efficient.
Cage trigger.
So yeah, while peeking out, just be careful you don't lurk too much, so you kind of expose yourself to this area. So you're just gonna have to hug this wall, trigger the cage. So you kind of like, let's just say you actually can't actually stop enemies
Here.
from coming there. Let's just say they went in. So what you're gonna do is just take your camera, just ping your trapwire, just pre-aim, let the enemies hit the trapwire, kill them. So even if he or she destroys the trapwire, just ping them with your camera. So you kind of see how it works. It's actually much easier to do. So yeah, that's pretty much about the first setup. Now for the second setup, let me show you.
Cage triggered.
It's going to be based on wall banging. So yeah, your camera is going to be somewhere around here. Your trapwire is going to be around here. And the second trapwire, this is where the trick comes, is going to be just at the head level. So you know, like, you have to make your enemies to think that the trapwires are always at the foot level, so they're going to be scanning pretty much this entire lane for, you know, like, foot level trapwires, and suddenly they get boom, caught by one, you know, like extremely idiotic trap player. So yeah, you're gonna have to use Ares, Guardian, Operator, or Odin. Like, you know, like you get the idea. It's going to be actually heavy penetration thing. So you kind of like wait till the enemies come in, wait till they get caught, and you're gonna have to like pick
Here.
this area to pre-aim. So they just right when they hit this. So yeah, you kind of get the idea what happens. So let's just say you kill one, and the rest of them goes inside. So one obviously closes the door. So there's going to be another getting caught on this trapwire, right? So you
Here.
ping the area, you take pre-aim, kill him. So yeah, it's kind of like a very lame setup, but still it works. Ask one of your friends
Here.
to stand right there. So even if they destroy the trapwire, you can actually ping the enemy for your teammate who's right there, so he or she could actually wallbang. Yeah, so like, you know, like it's kind of like a very easy setup too. But the only downside of this setup is you're
Here.
gonna get flanked if enemies come right through here, watch you like staring right at this wall, and like they could actually knife you. So what you want to do is just ask one of your friends to stand right there and guard mid, or like if he or she refuses to guard the mid, just take out one of your trapwires and use it just like this. So what's the trade-off is you're gonna have to ping the enemy as soon as he reaches this point. So and then you could actually wallbang him. So yeah, you kind of get the point. So that's for the second setup, and for the third setup, it's going to be something like much more wallbang based. So one of your trapwires is gonna go right there, and second trapwire should go over right here. And the most trickiest part is you're gonna have to jump. Wait, why can't I actually make this jump? So yeah, yeah, this camera is actually, yeah, okay, it's doable. So the trickiest part about this setup is you're gonna have to perform this jump. So like not everyone can do. So you can actually move right here, so you can actually cover the entire site with your field of view. So you just take a quick look at your camera, you see them come in, you can take pre-aim, and you know, like spray them down, or if they destroy this trapwire, ping them, wall bang. So he or she is gonna go inside to close the door, so you just kind of ping it, take pre-aim, spray them down. So another drawback of this setup is you're gonna get flanked again. So you can either have one of your friends to stand right there or right here, or you can actually take a quick look on your camera to see who's flanking, and you could always turn your back right here. So like you kind of get the idea. You can actually stand right here too, but you know, like I wouldn't recommend since it's much more open to this side. So yeah, you kind of get the idea. So that's as far as Ascent goes, guys, for Cypher. So yeah, pretty much everything I said for the Icebox video applies here too. You're gonna have much helpful teammates for, you know, like pretty much entire site. So yeah, that's kind of it.